And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of Let me just say podcast. I am your host, Ray. With me as always, we have Father.
Hello.
We have Dion.
Good evening, everybody.
And last but not least, we have the lovely Crystal.
Hola.
I do believe others are supposed to join, but I don't know if they're going to or not. But we're just going to, have the usual crew with us. So how's everybody how's everybody doing tonight?
How is everybody doing tonight?
Uh
You
my
want to
day
answer?
That's a loaded question right now.
my day was good until I heard that what we're going to talk about. So
Like I said, that's a loaded question right now.
like I was in a good mood. It was like I was getting off of work. Everything was on time. And yeah, I get this news. Um as you know, majority of us here are big ass wrestling fans. And one of my favorites, and I don't know about others, but I can at least say for one of my favorites was Bray Wyatt. And I am sadly to announce that Bray Wyatt, or his go by his real name, Wyndham Rotunda, has passed away. So, um, do y'all, any one of y'all want to go ahead and say how
I'm
y'all
just
feel?
gonna start off by saying I have nothing to say. I literally have nothing to say. I'm speechless. This is sudden. I'm gonna need some motherfucking time. Y'all can go ahead.
Damn. And on as we were talking about before, you started the live stream right on the heels of not to take away from Bray, but right on the heels of Terry Funk. So yeah, the wrestling community is going through it. Just prayers to the family, and may he rest in peace.
All right. Um, Q wanted to come on. I don't know. I sent him the I sent him the joint. I don't know if he's gonna come on in time, but I'm gonna go ahead and say what I would like to. As I said before, there before shit before I saw Bray Wyatt. There was a time where I actually took a break from wrestling. It was just like I didn't think it gets stale, but I was like burnt out of watching it. And then honestly, when I came back in AI, I started watching wrestling again. And it was two people that actually brought me back into wrestling. One of them was Bray Wyatt. The other one, surprisingly, was Titus O'Neil. And I think this was during that time he went heel and he had that terrible ass theme song. But I thought like they had something going with him with that with his heel turn. But but the first time I saw Bray Wyatt, I was like instantly captivated and like I thought that dude was just something special. And then like you see his promos, see the way he talks, you see the way he wrestles in the ring. Like I just got instantly captivated. So he like literally instantly became one of my favorite wrestlers. And like it seems like every time he came, he had some fire ass promo, and it's just like one of the most creative minds uh in wrestling, and which everybody talks about. Is like he was like a genius. It's sad to see someone like that go because it's especially at the age of 36. It's just like he leaves behind a wife and a child, and like obviously like and other family members that are still there, and many of people that love and adore him, and the millions of fans that love seeing him come back. Father can attest for you when like at Extreme Rules And when he made that comeback, there was no one more hyped than me at that moment, where I was like marking out because I was like, I finally get to see Bray Wyatt come back, and then you see him like not be on TV for a while, and then I got sad again, and then that this news I was like tearing up on the train. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was tearing up on the train. I ain't, but yeah, but this is one of those things where it's just like, damn, like 36 too. What a and then a heart attack. This is what a way to go. And
Same. I'm about to be 36 next goddamn month.
I know.
Like,
So
Yeah. When Takeoff passed away, he was 28. I was 28 as well. Yeah, shit like that, bro.
that
It puts
shit
some
hits.
perspective.
Yes.
It give you perspective, bro. We are not here for a long time. You feel what I'm saying? Like all the love that you give to people, like there's gonna come a day where you are gonna be on the other side. You feel what I'm saying? So you just gotta appreciate what you got right the fuck now. And another thing I want to say, man, Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt are united, aren't they?
Yeah.
Cause that shit hurt. When Luke passed, that shit fucking hurt.
That shit
And you could tell it
hurt.
really fucking affected. Like Bray Wyatt even talked about it. That shit really fucking affected him.
That is yeah. Oh man, that's whew. But like I said, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Um, you will be missed, and I hope like on Friday they do some type of special tribute to you, and I would like, and
They have no
hopefully,
choice, honestly.
yeah, yeah, I know, I do hope they do. You know, I'm not gonna say I hope they do. Just I think they will do it some justice. It's just like uh, shoot. I remember when he first won the championship in the elimination chamber. I didn't even think he was going to win that. I thought AJ Styles was going to win that. And then seeing him fight too, and then that belt for the first time, I was excited for that. It was just I think I marked out for that one just as much as I marked out for like when Kofi won the title for the first time, just because he was one of my favorite wrestlers. I was like, I hope they give him the push that he deserves. So,
Bro, as you were saying that, Ray, I was fucking reading the statement that Braun Strowman just made.
what does it say? Because I haven't seen it.
I really don't even know how or where to start. This is just what I can muster up right now. 8 years today, I joined you as your black sheep. If I only knew in 8 short years later, I would have to say goodbye. I would sure as hell wouldn't have taken so much for granted. You are my best friend, my mentor, my big little brother, my brother of destruction. You were there for all my highs and my lows as I was for yours. You taught me so many things in the business that we shared and loved, and you taught me so much in life. You truly made me a better person. I was so honored the day I found out you were having Nash Boy and you asked me to be his godfather. Wyndham, you are the one of a kind with a great mind and even better soul. The world lost an amazing man today. My heart is with the Rotunda family. Jojo and all the babies know that I love you all so much. I'll see you down the road, my friend. Slap Brody on the ass for me when you see him. I know this isn't bye forever. I love you.
That was great. That was. I'm
I
about.
I'm not
Damn near about to slip it.
I'm not into
Sorry,
wrestling
Chris.
how I used to be, but I do want to give my condolences um to Bray Wyatt. Um it's just amazing how people could be fit, they could be in wrestling and still go with a heart attack. I'm not too sure what it happened, but I know that he's too young.
so
If I may, it was the
the the full story is he COVID played a part, yes, but he had a heart condition on top of dealing with COVID, and
That was
you know,
genetic, wasn't it? I think it's genetic with his family.
Okay. All right. But he looks fit, it just sucks. The fact that genetics can do that to you in a heartbeat.
and I mean this wasn't no small man either. Bray Wyatt checked in at about I believe 285 and was chucking dudes bigger than him.
And that's all muscle though, right?
Hmm.
You do
Yeah.
remember they used to call him the fucking tank with a Ferrari engine.
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
That's how he moved, though. He was
He
like,
was insanely fast for a man his size. It was scary.
Mm.
that's it. Yeah, that man could like really move in the ring. So I think he was like one of the few people who was like you saw like big people move as fast as him. Like you didn't really see that much. Like he had a mean crossbody.
Yes, I was
Like
just thinking about that.
like
Nigga, that's not a crossbody. He literally throws himself at you.
basically
and, and again, the agility for a man his size, because the way he changes direction in midair when he did that. This ain't even jumping from the ropes or nothing like that. This is just from a sprint and just bow.
Nigga, he catches the wind. The wind don't catch him.
exactly. D Wolf done into the chat. How's it going? How you doing, D Wolf?
Yo, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. We were just giving our condolences to Bray Wyatt. I don't know if you know who that is, but I was just
I don't, but I did click the link. I saw it. I read it.
yeah. So any last words before we move on to our next topic?
I got nothing.
Rest in peace.
Follow the Buzzards. Obviously.
He got the whole world in his hands.
Got the whole world in his man. When he had that whole choir out there just singing the John Cena that song,
That
like
was amazing.
who he was doing a lot of stuff, especially the stuff he was doing with Daniel Bryan when he joined the Wyatt family and all that other stuff, and then that whole story, like that was some epic storytelling right there. It was beautiful. And I haven't even gone to his Fiend stuff. His Fiend stuff was very great too.
That was too short lived. He could have done so much more with that, but things happened.
Yeah, let me not dwell on that. So,
Yeah.
okay, on to our next topic. And I'm not gonna lie, a bunch of these are a bunch of do you care. So, but I want to talk about the one that's kind of been like all through YouTube. Do y'all care that Fresh and Fit lost the YouTube monetization? Or like they got demonetized and they can no longer make money
Can
off of
you
YouTube. Y'all
actually
care about
go?
that?
Can you actually go into more detail about that?
Okay. I actually can. Um, it you know like if anybody knows who Fresh and Fit is, they do these podcasts out of Miami, and like lately they was to me they was doing a lot of goofy shit that usually a lot of people people um that usually like will get you in trouble. Like they had Nick Fuentes on there, who is a known white supremacist, and like had him around a bunch of black women and have him saying the N word. And made Nick Fuentes say the N word on this show, and then like on that show with a bunch of black women there, Myron, which is the fit of Fresh and Fit, wore a Klan hoodie So and that was supposed to be a joke, him walking around in the Klan hoodie. And there was also the thing with him beefing with Abba and Preach. And like he was on Rumble, Sneako's Rumble, and he was saying a bunch of racist stuff also and throwing up the High Hitler salute, which and
Wait, this is Myron, you said?
also yeah, this was Myron. It was like throwing up that he threw up the High Hitler salute. Like Albert Priest like had everything on detail and all that other stuff. So like they said it was like the Matrix of free speech, but anyone else that seen their channel and watched it, they basically just like, nah, you was just doing a bunch of goofy shit and not taking accountability. So that's basically the gist of it.
Yo.
So.
That's a lot.
The only thing that I want to say is Fresh and Fit has been very suspect for a very long time, so I'm not surprised some shit like this came out. The other thing that I also want to say is that when you are not for the people, it fucking shows. And I truly believe that they were not for the people. And like, well, because I've had certain people try to talk to me with like Fresh and Fit talking points, and all of them sound like incels. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's like this is loser energy that surrounds those people, and I don't want any part of it because I'm not a loser. You feel what I'm saying?
We peeped that when he walked off.
Like,
Yeah, no. Like even with all the clips of him arguing with women, and you know he get like all these Instagram models and all these influencers on the show just to like try to shit on them and shit.
I was
like
just
that.
about to say something about that. I was just about to say something about that.
Like what is you doing? Like what kind of game is you giving out to these? No wonder why so many men are lonely nowadays with all this bullshit happening.
Not to mention whatever I've been saying about the types of people in particular when he starts talking about shit concerning women that they bring on that show. What have I said every time we brought them up?
I don't know what you said. I forgot.
He picks and chooses certain a certain type of person to come on it. Chicks that he know when he starts spouting nonsense ain't got the wits to contend with him to refute him. Because they ain't gonna know nothing about whatever it is he's rambling about. So it's just a way for him to basically dish on women with little to no consequence.
Well, all I know is that they did that shit to themselves. It's weird. Weird ass niggas.
Alrighty, so I think first time, one of the early days of me being on the show, I think they came up, and I was like, I was suspect of them because of I think it's Fit, because I remember watching a stream of Tim Pool, and he was a guest there, and once he broke down that he was in the FBI and his job, I was like, okay, yeah, now I have to keep an eye.
Yeah,
on
that
him.
was Myron or Fit.
Yeah,
You're
so.
Right.
Me, the way I look at things, I'm like, yo, really and truly, it's like people need to be able to see that you can be right, but also be an asshole, because you know they're in the manosphere. You know, like this is how they do this, man. They understand what's going on. They know what to say. He's an FBI. Like he knows which girls to come and knows exactly what they're gonna say before they even fucking say it, because he can analyze people. That's like part of the job description as an FBI agent. You know how people are gonna respond and react and shit. You can
Right. So you see what I'm talking about then?
Yeah. So and the fact, he would always not just so Abba and Preach, but a whole bunch of people, because I just started watching this channel called Playback, and that happened to those two. They did that to them too as well.
Yeah.
They kept like, just anybody that criticized them, they're going, I'm like, why are you doing that? Yo,
Oh
you're
yeah, they
supposed
was
to.
flagging him.
You know, people get even my shit got criticized by somebody. I was like, okay, all right, well, I put it out there. It's like one guy that doesn't like what I have to say, so I'm like, compared. So what's the big deal? Just move on. What? They're not gonna come back if you don't say something. That's what you're trying to say. The people that are watching you will not come back. So why you have to go after them and take away their ability and shit? Like, what do you think would happen to you? Like, you know, so I'm like, yeah. I think this was just a money grab, and he's just using his skills to do so. I don't think he's like dead serious because the way he walked off, yo, when he was, I think he said, saving children, that was one thing, but helping you guys, and he just walked off, and I'm like, did you just prioritize giving
Yeah,
men
yeah, that
advice
shit.
over and pretend to cry and walk off? What the fuck, yo?
Yeah, that shit was. I was like, this nigga really tried it.
He's pretending. This guy, yo,
Well,
this is
someone pointed it out. Another YouTuber, a popular one, I think his name's Tyreek. He pointed it out that he's trying to go with empathy because he can't. Nothing else is working at this point.
That man lost all credibility to me. I'm sorry.
It's not even legit empathy.
Well, the fact that he had beef with Kevin Samuel says a lot about his character because the same person that put him on, well, the two people that's running that show from where they live and eat and sleep, is the same one bashing Kevin Samuels when the time came. So, and he didn't bash him, but he did like have a tit for tat with someone that's giving him constructive criticism, which, if people do not give a fuck about you, they won't say anything. So that to me was a red flag from the beginning. And everybody warned them. That's the part that I'm laughing at.
Yeah, they became repetitive too.
Bruh.
They became annoying is what the fuck Fresh and Fit became.
I couldn't tell if the girls that were sitting at the table, I couldn't tell what episode was which. Because is this the same girl from before? I remember you watching the same thing. What's going on, yo? It's felt the same every time.
Sometimes they bring girls back, so you probably was watching, or at least watching some of the same girls come back on there. But
I'm sure.
I know it was disrespectful when one of the girls was wearing a really, really short skirt. Okay, fair. And she sat down on a chair and they got in an argument and he was like, you know what? And he handed tissue to another chick that was sitting next to the girl with the short skirt and was like, you need to wipe that off. Wipe that chair off.
Whoa. Word.
He did not need to be on TV or YouTube or anything like that, but everybody was gravitating towards a man that is, I mean, what the girl's wearing,
Yeah,
obviously,
he's trying to be controversial,
but it was fucked up. I will say that.
I think he's slick, yo. That's just to be controversial. You just want to be talked about. That's part of the plan. All right, it's a money grab. Fuck that guy.
I just want to say this because I will admit at this point at the beginning it was like I was fucking with Fresh and Fit, and then like the more I watch him, the more I see him do corny shit, and I think after the whole thing about him talking about Preacher's wife and like him trying to make fun of Preacher's wife, and I was like, yo, that's like
yes,
that was some
crossing a line.
Yeah, you crossed the line. That was some real corny shit. And I remember Preacher was like angry or like you could tell he wanted to like give him hands and all that stuff. And I know that he was they sort of challenged him to like a kickboxing thing, and Preacher was like, I will take you both on. And like they backed up out of it, and then when they did that, there was some corny shit. I was like, and then you watch more of it, you see him do more and more corny shit. The shit with Nick Fuentes on there, and then having them say nigga to a bunch of with a bunch of black women around there, and then having Nick Fuentes debate a bunch of black women without no type of like real prep time. I thought that was corny as fuck. It was just like the more and more corny shit. It's just like I stopped watching them. So I used to take this. I say everything because they was kind of like also looked at as dating gurus because and some men did look up to them, and I always said this. I said I wouldn't really look at as relationship gurus because one doesn't want to get married, and two kind of got out of a failed marriage. Like he married a stepmother. He married a mother with a child, and the mother of the child is not the problem, but um, he married her, and then next thing you know, he divorced her or something off of some other dumb shit. But it's just like it was just weird, and that was fresh, and like he's just a weirdo himself. It's like so the more I kept watching, the more I seen him do like corny weird shit, and then it's just like it's like it just became unwatchable. So I usually tell people just take what you can from them, but I wouldn't really like take a lot from them because yes, they was being successful. Yeah, their channel was growing, all that stuff, but I think everybody could see how corny they really was, and then like, and people. There's people on YouTube that like, y'all really shouldn't be celebrating them being demonetized because it happened to you. And I was, I'm on this end of well, the people that are celebrating their demise, like Alvin and Priest was, like they had personal vendettas with them. So it was personal with them. It's like it was deeper than like some YouTube shit, especially like with Albert Preach. You talking about a man's wife, and I think you should really like run the fade. It's like, I'm not even big on violence, but someone talk about your wife like that, you should be willing to throw down with them. And then and that's why like they was like fuck these niggas. Playback was like fuck these niggas because they had some personal shit with them. And then like you just can't be doing some stupid goofy shit that and not expect YouTube to get you demonetized or some shit like that. So, like, I don't wish none of that on anybody, but at the same time, they put that
You
on
reap
themselves.
what you sow.
Thank you. You reap what you sow.
Ray, who are the people that were talking about? Oh, you wish it would have happened to you. Who? What?
Some other YouTubers and a couple people that was defending defending like Donovan Sharp and just Pearly Things was trying to defend them. Like Pearly was like, "Oh, that's locker room." Yeah, Pearly Things was trying to tell people it was locker room talk. And first of all, that's a bad excuse. And second of all, even if it was locker room talk, the point of locker room talk is it stays on the locker room.
Stupid.
It's private. It stays in the locker room. Like no one is supposed to hear that. You don't do that on the internet where millions of people can see you throw up the fucking Heil Hitler sign and like wear a Klan hoodie. Like you just being stupid or
Thank you.
being fucking goofy. Like and and they try to pass that off as comedy too. It was like none of that shit was funny. You just a bunch of corny. Just like I said, it's just a bunch of corny niggas with money. So. That's all I gotta say about that. Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
No,
Yeah,
we spent enough time. Good riddance too.
All right. On to our next topic. I wanna play a game called Good Advice or Bad Advice. So
this sounds like fun.
Yeah. You'll see how fun. And the advice comes from Glorilla. So
bad advice.
So you just not even giving her a chance, huh? Where's it?
Nope.
Oh, well, I'm gonna play it anyway. So I want you to tell me if this is good advice or bad advice.
Glorilla on living your best life while you're still young.
Hey, ladies, how on you? Well, I'm gonna call my twin, and I just want to let y'all know: be toxic for the rest of your 20s. You only get one life. Live your toxic 20s. You never get to be 20 years old, 21, 22, 23, 24. None of that ever again in your life. Be toxic, because don't get in your 30s thinking you could just go slashing tires and doing all this crazy shit. You too old for that now. You too mature. Be toxic for the rest of your 20s. And if you delusional, turn this shit up a notch.
And there you have it. So
I called it.
I come to the panel. Is that good advice or is that bad advice? And why?
Or I'll let everybody else go first.
Really? Okay.
Wait, ridiculousness.
This is horrible advice, and I'm going to explain why. If you do okay, so let's say you do all that shit in your motherfucking 20s and you 30 now. You think it's gonna be a motherfucking clean slate once you turn 30? You think all that shit's just gonna wash away like Jesus when he died for your sins? That's not gonna happen. And I'll tell you why that's not gonna happen. Because all the niggas that you wanted to scam, all the niggas that you wanted to have a hot girl summer with is gonna remember the shit that you did in your 20s, and you already created a bad foundation for yourself and a bad impression of yourself doing that shit. And it's gonna follow you into your motherfucking 30s. And then you're gonna be 30 and single, wondering why no man wants to fucking touch you because you're decrepit. So don't follow that advice, please.
Damn.
First things first. Cue the Reach God has finally into this, and right on time, according to Crystal, because this is about the middle of the podcast. So shout out to Crystal being right again. So
No.
That's too late.
It's already happened, bro. Just
it's
accept
already
it.
happened. You done proved it right. I can't take it back.
Crystal,
Theme. I was right. Where's my cookie?
stop telling everybody my personal business. I asked you that before.
Oh, I had to.
Hello, people.
Hello.
Why did I walk? You know what? It is perfect timing because for some reason I always walk in when Father is going off. Who pissed him off?
Glorilla. I might as well show you since you just popped up.
It depends on what you're showing me because I probably already seen it.
She's telling people to be toxic in your
Oh
20s.
yeah, I've seen that. Be toxic in your 20s because you're not gonna be able to. You're gonna be too old to do that in your 30s.
Yeah. So we was playing a game called Good Advice and Bad Advice, and that was so.
All right, so are we just giving out bad advice just all together?
No, but I was about to say, do y'all think it's good advice or bad advice? And I was going to say why. So it's going. Yeah, we're gonna come to you right now, Q. Good advice, bad advice.
Is it good advice or bad advice to be toxic in your 20s? And
yes.
No.
Okay.
No, because first of all, let's be real. Habits, after a while, become lifestyles. So what makes you think that if you're toxic in your 20s, you're just all of a sudden going to stop because you're in your 30s? Or whoever you deal with is going to stop in their 30s, even though they started to do it in their 20s. What do you expect a nigga to sit around the whole time and allow you to be toxic with him? And then when you turn 30, boom, he's going to give you a ring? No. What you should do is, if you're going to be toxic, you should just worry about yourself and get yourself together so that when you hit your 30s, you'll be in a different mindset that you won't have a toxic background to where people don't want to deal with you, or people are preparing for the stupid shit you do, or people are already, you know what I'm saying, labeling you as this type of person, even though you might have changed in your mind, but in reality you didn't. All in all, being toxic altogether is like weird as hell, and it's nerve-wracking, and I'm tired of people promoting it like it's a fun thing to do, because it's not. People die from being toxic. People lose their lives from being toxic. Kids lose parents. Kids don't have memories. They don't have anything because their parents are toxic. You know how many kids go through broken house situations because their parents are too toxic to even, you know what I'm saying? You got kids in the court system because parents are too toxic. Like, what the fuck? Why is it so cool to be toxic? Why can't you just, if you're going to be single, be by yourself. Or if you're going to be promiscuous, do that and be happy with it. There's no reason for you to go around trying to ruin somebody's life or make somebody's life hard because you can't get your fucking way. Because you can't do that. I mean, like in real life shit, like a lot of people are not going to take that shit. I don't know how many niggas in this world do you think you're going to be toxic to before somebody actually put their hands on you. And then whose fault is it at that point? See, these are the situations that men are put in. That's why I don't like this shit. I'm tired of all of this shit. Look, I'm getting old. That's all I know. So at this point, it's like, what else? It's a thing. That's what everybody's doing, and that's what everybody's okay with. So like at this point, it's just like I'm gonna just not be bothered with anybody at this point because everybody wants to be toxic, and I don't have the patience. I'm sorry. It's just I'm sorry.
Right. It's all right.
It's dumb. It's dumb. Like being toxic is like it's stupid as hell. It's nerve-wracking. I lose a lot of energy. Like a lot of money is wasted. You know how much money you waste on being toxic? Like, can you imagine, Ray, you having a nice car and then your ex for some reason keeps flattening your fucking tire? You know how irritating that is? You know how nerve-wracking that is? You know how fucking inconsiderate that is for somebody to do something like that because of their fucking feelings? Like, it's like, let's be real. Like, and then half of the toxic motherfuckers don't have the money to replace the shit that they're fucking doing.
All right. Then you gotta talk about court
Let's be
fees
real.
when the
Let's be
police get
real. A woman with
involved.
a job, a career, any type of mindset to be better than what the fuck she is not wasting her time being toxic. It's these girls who ain't got shit else to do but be toxic. They ain't got nothing else to do. They ain't got no motion going on, no money coming in, nothing satisfying them other than ruining somebody else's life for their benefit. But they don't have no money to support the situation. They don't have no money to help the situation. They don't have nothing else to do. Like, how about you motivate these girls to like grind and actually do something for themselves and actually try to be better motherfuckers? You came from nothing. You was working in a fucking fast food restaurant and now you one of the hottest rappers in the fucking world. And that took what, a 5-year span that you did that? Like, you should want to motivate them to do that. Don't motivate these girls to fucking be toxic. That shit is dumb. And half the toxic ones that's motivating being toxic ain't toxic to their nigga. How are you telling these girls to be something you are not at all? Like make it make sense. Like, I hate to say it. Future says the stuff that he says, and he actually lives it. We actually see him be shitty. We actually see him be we see it. We see it for ourselves. This nigga lives what he says. And you can't be mad at it. You can't be mad at it. But half of these females that saying being toxic are faithful to their nigga. Faithful as hell. They listening to what they say. They doing what they want. It's like, so why even have this conversation? Why even say this shit when you are not even in a toxic situation? You are not a toxic person. You just trying to create an image like this shit is cool. Like, it's not. This shit is getting old. It's hell. And it's the older ones. It's not like y'all, it's the older ones, the ones near my age that's trying to motivate these young girls to do this shit. Like, y'all old as hell. Why are you old as hell still talking about this dumbass shit? Okay, I'm done.
All right. Crystal, it's on you, I guess.
So I've said this on the podcast before. You see, the thing is with older women, they want to tell the younger ones to do dumbass shit so that, they'll have a chance to get with a dude that is dealing with the younger ones that's doing bullshit. But that's someone in a delusional state, because I've met women in their 40s and 50s that do shit as if they're in the 20s, like they don't know any better. If anything, when you're in your 20s, you want to practice what you want, how to go about doing things, and how to be
Really fun.
at the end of the day. Age does not have a factor. It's the experience. The more experienced a woman is, not a little girl, but a woman, and she goes through like life choices that she realized, okay, I made uh, a negative choice, and this is the result. I'm not going to try to repeat it. It's less likelier to happen in a marriage or even in a relationship. Um, if age was a factor to stay toxic and it's not going to follow you, well, tell that to Brittany Renner. Tell that to Kim K. Tell that to Black China. Tell it to those girls. Because what they did in their 20s, because it was on a platform, is seen by the world. It doesn't matter how many times they've changed or told the world that they've changed. That shit follows you. You know what I mean? So they're out of the race for marriage and things of that nature. And any man that gets with them would be looked upon as a joke, if that makes sense. So when you're locally, the girl that sleeps around and have the OnlyFans page and all of this shit because you're young in your 20s, you really think that shit's not going to follow you? Any guy that's going to be with you is going to be slighted in some way, shape, or form. Your past will come up. Look at Sierra with Russell Simmons. They keep bringing up the fact that she had a baby with Future and that she was okay being with a man with a whole bunch of baby mamas. And she wasn't like a slut or anything, but the fact that she was with him, that's following her to this day. So if anything, if you're in your 20s, just focus on yourself, get your education if you can. If not, just focus on your career, on how to elevate yourself, meditate and do things. And don't get with anyone unless you love yourself first, because at the end of the day, people will only treat you as good as you love yourself. And that's facts.
That's Russell Wilson. You said Russell Simmons for some reason. But anyway.
My bad. Thanks.
Don't worry, Chris. I do it too. I get them mixed up all the fucking time.
And
I have unlimited.
I'm gonna add this, right? One saying I was raised on and am still a big believer in to this day. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. So for the people who are actually listening to the likes of Glorilla and any other women preaching any of this stupid nonsense, think about how you would feel if someone did whatever weird shit to you. Because one thing I've learned from experience is that half the people who are out here committing the BS, they can dish it out, but they cannot take it. And that's all I got to say about that.
Like it was hard to even have any thoughts on it or give it any advice because I'm like I couldn't even take it seriously because once it started I was like, oh, okay, she's just playing her part. So I'm like, I could not take her seriously at all. And her teeth were mad distracting for some reason. I don't know if anyone noticed, but I'm like, yo, she looked like the evil version of Inspector Gadget. Remember the live action movie? Like it was just distracting. Like she was fixing dentures through the whole video.
Oh wow!
I don't understand, but it was weird. But that was just distracting. I just couldn't. I just know. I'm like, oh, I know what you're about. I know your job here, and you're doing it. Okay, I'm not taking what you're saying seriously at all. And you're smiling through the whole thing. Come on, you're just cheesing through all you're doing. Yeah, you know you're getting paid for what you're about to say. You know what you're doing. Like, have fun, enjoy your, your splendor, enjoy.
Okay. All right. All right. So this next one I have for y'all, and Material Life actually sent me to this. Well, I can speak. Material Life actually sent this to me a while ago, and I wanted to share it with y'all to get y'all thoughts on it. So, um, let's see.
Okay, what are we looking
Hold
at?
on. And I believe this is coming from Apostle. This is like, and he titles it "Women, You Carry the Key." So let's hear what he has to say.
State of men. You know how you say it ain't no good men? Okay, that's fine. It's your fault though. Yeah, I said it because you keep giving them passes when they ain't worth nothing. So if you marry them and they ain't worth nothing, why would they become anything better? I don't care. They didn't have a job, you slept with them. That's your fault. They weren't taking care of their other children, and you thought they were gonna take care of your baby? That's your They're not gonna become better if you give them your. I ain't just why become better when I'm already getting what I want? Hear me. In Hollywood right now, the writers have went on strike because they ain't getting paid. You know what we need? We need women to go on. Y'all. No, if you ain't got a job, if you ain't consistent, if you ain't got character, you ain't getting none. Y'all don't like that. God set this up the right way. Now, right now, it's about rings. If you want to marry, you should get a ring. Then you say, well, he ain't got to get a ring. No, see, you're cheating yourself. Because if he can't manage his money for a few months to buy you a little bitty ring, you think he gonna manage money for your legacy and your destiny and your posterity? No. Y'all let us get away with too much.
Okay, stop doing itself. I did not know that. Good advice or bad advice?
Both.
Mixture of?
Both. And I'm going to explain why it's both, right? So the premise, there's nothing wrong with the premise that women should be getting men who show character, who show promise, and who show that they're worth investing. The problem that I have is with his tone and his delivery. He sounds preachy because he wants to appeal to the female audience. You feeling what I'm saying? Like, the message is getting lost in the way he's presenting it. And I feel like it's just another way for women to not hold themselves accountable and be like, oh, men this, men that. But really, it takes two to tango. If you marry someone, you're marrying them because you want to invest in them long term, right? It's the same for both men and women. What I find problematic nowadays is when women want to make it mostly about the men and men mostly want to make it about the women when it's both of them at the motherfucking same time, making it bad for both of them. So I do agree with the message, but all that preachy shit, leave that shit out the door, please.
Yeah, you went a little too hard. You sweating a little too much in that message.
Yeah.
Who else want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. No, I would just change the analogy. I'll be like, I think men are the keys, but the women are the lock, and their job is to make sure they find the key that fits. That's what they got to focus on. So to his point, but I would say if using that analogy, I'd say it fits more, and there's an allegory for something else that fits as well.
Okay, Goldie. Okay, Goldie.
You know, because they don't. They just they don't see if the key fits before they pursue or go on or not up in them
with
and
the
stuff
lock
like
and
that.
key
A
reference,
lot of
I
us
see
are
you.
not. A lot of us are a
Okay,
problem,
Goldie.
and sometimes I'm like, what? I remember like female friends back in the day will ask for advice and I give advice. They do the opposite. I'm like, so what do you expect? Why? You already
Been
know
there.
he's no good. I
I've been
already
there.
explained this. What are you doing? Why'd you go back? I'd ask, and I'm like, why do you even have to ask? What's going on? I already told you what to do, what to try,
And then
But
they
again,
give you
they're
the dumb
emotional,
nigga look.
it's harder for them.
Because
But
I love him.
Man, listen.
Do what you think is right.
The, the amount of "I told you so" conversations I've had with people.
Hmm.
You know, black woman in hindsight.
Yo.
I done told you, didn't I tell you? Exactly, I told you because I told you.
And then they got the dumb nigga look on their face whenever they watching you.
Mm.
Whew,
It
man.
is
I didn't think it was gonna happen. I didn't think it was gonna happen to me. You mean exactly how I told you it was gonna happen?
mm, mm-mm.
I'm sorry. Obviously, I think all of us had a bunch of hard headed friends. We don't, we don't gave
Yeah,
advice to, and they just did.
sure did.
uh, it's funny when I got this, and the same thing. I saw a story about. Have y'all heard about the Morgan Bailey story? The little TikToker Morgan Bailey story.
Mm-mm.
Long story
No,
short, long story short, she found out she was the seventh baby mother, and out of a man who who had who got six other chicks pregnant. Only and for what she said, the nigga didn't tell her that he had other baby mothers, and they were supposed to go to Detroit, live with the baby mama's parents, and like he I guess all of a sudden just got he just didn't go he wasn't attracted to her no more. The nigga left, didn't even take his stuff with him. He just left, went back to
but
Atlanta,
I,
and it's a very fucked up story. Back to Atlanta to the other girlfriend that he got pregnant and all that other stuff. So, and then left her with the baby and shit. So,
How was she pregnant? How many months? Or she already
I,
had when they
I want to know how long she was even talking to this cat. That's the first thing that
I,
came to
I
my
will
mind.
I will send you out a link to the story.
Because ain't no
I
way
just
you
read up
talking to
on.
somebody for an extended amount of time and don't know they have other kids. If they
Dion,
how
I'm speaking from personal experience. They know how to hide that shit very fucking well, especially if the girl that they have is trained like a dog. You won't find any fucking traces. So it's very possible.
I was about to say, I'm about to tell you I have kids. He's like, he's like, that's not hard to keep a secret. Hell, you can lie about that. I've seen niggas do it. It's like, yeah, that shit ain't
oh
this.
my god.
Unless, like I said, unless
But
the person
but
is like,
even if he
unless the
goes out
person
of his
is a
way to
crime
lie
guy.
about it, it's just like eventually he gonna do something that looks some remotely suspicious. Like
Eventually. But that can take like
Yeah,
after.
eventually, but
I don't
go ahead, Crystal.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
How do you find yourself in a predicament like that? I don't understand.
Dion.
Well, have you watched Jerry Springer?
Espe- Especially this day and age, like everything's on social media now. Like I know you've been seen in public with this man. You don't know a motherfucker that know a motherfucker that know he got kids. Like the fuck.
You know what? I mean, I
There's
think
just
I have it.
so much wrong with this.
Give me a minute. I will pull up the story. Is a If I can just find the video on it, I will pull up the story. He has his version. It's like it's so deep that I don't want to get fully into it. So I'm gonna just give you like the beginning of it
And
because
then you
it's.
saying
I swear to God,
he just ditched her somewhere in Detroit or some shit.
No, he
it,
left. He left. They were supposed to live.
she had she had she had she had parents in Detroit, and they were supposed to move up there. And you know what? I got it up. I was just let it say.
So I was living in Georgia with her dad. We had like our own life, our own apartment, our own everything, obviously. When I got pregnant, I was like, okay, having kids gonna be hard because.
By the way, she comes from a 2-parent household. I believe a black father and a white mother. I don't know if that counts for anything, but there you go.
My parents live in Michigan. So he was like, okay, let's just move up to Michigan. You can have help with your parents, whatever, da 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 da. We mutually agreed to come to Michigan, right? So we moved to Michigan together. He gets like super depressed. I get super depressed because I'm towards the end of the pregnancy. I'm big as fuck. I just was not thriving. I wasn't happy at all. Like I left my job, I left my apartment, I left all my friends in Georgia. So anyways, we move up here. We just were not clicking. We were not getting along. He was being so mean to me, like seriously, just so mean. Like that's all that I can say. So finally, my birthday's on Valentine's Day, so 4 days before my birthday, he was like, yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow. I can't explain it. But anyways, long story short, he's like, I'm leaving. I'm like, okay, whatever, like go. He's like, tell me if you want to be in a relationship, because if not, like I'm leaving. And I was like, no, go, like whatever the fuck. A bitch did not think he was gonna leave. Okay. In the morning.
I know, DR. I know.
I've heard enough. Oh my god.
Wait. It gets better.
No, I've heard enough. Shut it off.
No, I want to.
Oh my god, she is so dumb. Oh my god.
It gets better, DR.
It gets. You mean it gets worse? It's.
Packed everything up and he left. He literally just like kissed Gianna and was just like, yeah, I'm not doing this. He didn't take his clothes. He didn't take his shoes. He didn't take like anything. He didn't take his kid. He didn't take me. And he just like hopped on the road and drove back to Georgia. And then this was 4 days before my 23rd birthday. So I was 22. Finally, Valentine's Day rolls around, which is my birthday, 4 days after he ditched me. I found out he moved in with his ex. And they have a kid. Well, he has 6 kids. Yeah, we haven't seen him since. So it's just us now. We're just vibing together. I love her. If you guys see him, he's somewhere in Atlanta, so just let me know. Tell him he forgot his kids. Hi guys. So yeah, no. If I knew that random man in Georgia that I had a baby with had 6 kids, I would have just packed it up and went and slept with Nick Cannon him damn self. No, absolutely not. No. Matter of fact, I was pregnant at the same time that another girl was pregnant, and I think he had just popped out a baby 2 weeks ago. I don't even know the whole story at this point. Not trying to figure it out, but my kid is super cute.
There you go. And
I know this is a whole other.
My head hurts.
Started on it to the pastor, because that, oh God, like.
And that's the baby daddy.
Oh God, no!
I got to hear this.
What the fuck?
Let Crystal. I want Crystal to finish her thoughts. I'm sorry.
His t-shirt is raggedy. It's like drawn, like he's been pulling on it too. He's had too many kids pulling on it. That's why it looks drawn out.
Wow. That's him, bitch. What the fuck? That's funny.
I just saw that. Oh shit.
Look like a okay. I should
check out food right here.
Go ahead, Crystal. I want to keep cutting you off. Sorry.
No, I'm not. I'm ragging on him.
Wow, the caption agrees.
Just let the video play. I gotta hear this. I gotta see this. Let the video play. I'm invested now.
Now you're invested.
There's always 2 sides to a story. Again, her side, my side, and the truth.
First of all, it's 3 sides to a story.
Just let him cook. Just let him cook.
You guys.
Nigga cooking on the wrong stove, Dion.
Burn.
Just shut up and let me hear that.
Nigga, we about to make fried chicken on the stove. The nigga and the shit is in the air fryer. Talking about let him cook.
Just let it play. Let it play.
Oh no. So, one thing I have to inform you about my beautiful child's mother is her parents told me Morgan lies so good. Morgan can sell goddamn ice to an Eskimo. You hear me?
So you guys have to understand, I accept my responsibility as far as I let the pressure get to me with everything that we had going on. I was the first one to go viral. Morgan never was viral. So I was in a time where I wanted to change my life. I was in the street selling drugs, That's the type of shit Morgan liked.
You see, when a lot of stories like these go,
and yep, he was a dope boy. He was a dope boy.
And hearing him and now hearing him, all my questions just answered themselves.
Hold on, there's more.
Nightclub every night, blowing money. She never paid my bills. I paid my own bills when I met Morgan. I had my own shit. Liked her, so we moved in together.
No, we're going to judge you, baby girl. We going to judge you. Because we're going to look at Buddy and be like, unless I grew up with that nigga, I probably wouldn't even be his homeboy. Because I know if I want to go further in life, I don't want to be homeboys with an aspiring dope boy. So why do you want the nigga to be your baby daddy? To marry you? I don't get it. And now, be it, a lot of dope boys are good people. You feel me? Some people are.
I think there's more. Hold on. Yep, there we go.
Business. My mind was in the entrepreneur mode, and I sacrificed all that for us to move to another city and state. I did that. Being in her parents' house, I wasn't comfortable with that. Doing that, we just came from our own shit. So that was hard to endure, which I was willing to be humble to, make it to the next step. Morgan has a bad temper, and I have one as well. So we just started clashing, when she was going through a postpartum. I'm working all these hours. It was kind of bothering me to, deal with the negative energy every day. And I would come home, get with my kid, even though it was for a month, but scratch the month I was with Morgan, 2 years. Think about my other kids that, lost out because I was so invested into her. And I'm not like her. I don't need no pity party. I was very upset she took it to social media because that's why I'm trying to get you guys to understand the game she's playing, Morgan's TikTok or anything else wasn't popping before then. You guys wasn't even stunning. But now that she tells you about our life, my life, preferably is really my life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's so in tune with the world. We have to understand that this world needs more love. And yeah, I played a little petty, shooting back at her, posting stuff, because you're not gonna tarnish my image. You're not gonna make me out something that I'm not. I call my baby every day. Some days you don't answer because you're on your emotional trip, and you don't let me talk to her because I'm with somebody else. And if you was with somebody else, I wouldn't feel that way. I have other kids. I don't feel that way. And if you're a human being in America, you'll understand that this is bigger than I'm a quote unquote deadbeat. I work 13, 14-hour days, get up 4:30 in the morning every day to make sure I stand on sending Gianna what I send her every week. So that's a slap in my face to get a young lady.
Wait, you said $13, $14 a day or a week?
Play that back.
Days. Okay. It was days. I thought he said for a week, 14 hours a week. I said you need to hours up. But go ahead.
Oh God.
That's willing to go on Facebook, wherever, social media, TikTok, and try to discredit me. It's nerve wracking. I let it go on long enough. She think it's cute. A lot of you guys do. But if you're really a human being, you guys will be talking about a solution. Let that man CG on it. I just had one of my other daughters for a whole 2 months. I give my baby mamas break. You can't give them a break when they don't want a break. You know, Morgan is very brattish. She don't have it her way. The hell with everybody. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you women are like that. But not all. Some women actually want to see a man succeed. Before I met Morgan, or when I was with Morgan, I was in the streets every night, club every night, blowing money. She never paid my bills. I paid my own bills. When I met Morgan, I had my own shit. Liked her, so we moved in together. Me and Morgan, we made a great team. We really did. Everybody saw the vision. You know, I was the business guy, focused on, entrepreneur because, I was selling drugs. So entrepreneurship is like bleeding out me. So all the comments and all the negative shit, I could care less about it because I've been on both sides. I've been on the good side, and I'm cool and thankful to be on the bad side because you guys don't know the truth. If I was lying, if I was a deadbeat, think she'll want to be with me every day. If I was lying and I was a deadbeat, you think I'll be able to stand up in this camera and talk the way I do? I'm a father of 6. That shit not easy, period, point blank about it. It ain't nothing funny about it. That shit actually is like really challenging because you got so many different emotions to deal with. All I want to do is just see my kids and raise them and make enough money to live comfortable and take care of them. All this social media shit, that shit doesn't pay me. That shit doesn't even pay her. You get what I'm saying? So you guys don't get caught up in the hype. It's cool. You guys want to get into the business and find out what's going on with us. But you guys also have to sheriff her the right way, police her the right way, because she's not giving the facts. She's giving the ugly. Oh, he left me a month after the baby, blah, blah, blah. She's not telling you what she did to lead up to that month after I left. So that's a little story time for you guys. I'm gonna finish my nice little walk. Keep it going. You guys have a great day.
So
He didn't say a goddamn thing. That was the biggest word salads I ever seen made. Oh my god! And
Was that nigga wearing a bulletproof vest?
yes, he was.
He said a lot in a strange way. All I heard was, I need to look after my 6 kids with the other baby mama. I tricked the woman into thinking that I was going to stay, but because I had to hold my own and show responsibility in front of her parents, because she's trying to have me make a new life and not be around the other drug dealers, I'm going in depression. And the whole time he was with her, he was talking to his other baby mama. And why would you leave so fast and leave everything unless you knew that you had somewhere to go? So it was all set up. It was all set up. He's a joke, and she's a joke for dating him and thinking that she can change his life around. Like you said, she comes from a 2-parent household, which tells me that she had empathy for him and thought that she can change his life around. And in some way, she wanted to be the first woman that he impregnated, along with the other girls that he impregnated. Like in some strange way, she wanted to act like she can be down with the other chicks that are probably lower than her in some way, shape, or form. But this is her lesson to learn. Now, should she have went public? Hell fucking no. She needs to heal and go on and move on with her life. End of story. And look how he dresses. Should I say more? How you gonna go and get a contract or be in a business deal or anything like that with a nigga walking around looking like, someone that should be on a cereal meal box? The fuck?
Uh, oh my god. Okay, I think in this thing, everybody, both male and females, need to raise their standards a bit after that. Just like, you know what? We really should not be fucking with people that don't do us no good. So what? I'm gonna need both men and women. Normally, I usually say women are the gatekeepers of sex, but us brothers, we need to raise our standards as well. Just just we cannot be fucking with people that is going to waste our time, and we don't see no we don't see no future in them. And same thing with the women. If you don't see no future with them, the man that you with, just stop fucking with him. Obviously, I guess what's the old saying, Crystal? If you can't make her a wife, don't make her a mother, or some shit like that, or something like that.
If you can't, fuck, I forgot.
I,
I forgot.
I think that's it.
If you can't make her a wife, don't make her a mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, brother. Look, like, please, I would like us to raise our standards a little bit because it's just like this. The fact that that man has 6 other kids and she is baby mama number 7.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, and she said it herself. She said it herself. You think if I knew? It's like, did you ask, or was you infatuated that he was a street nigga and
No.
him being a dope boy? Because he was like, I'm an entrepreneur, and then it's just like, okay, what is your entrepreneurship? He sell drugs.
I'm still hooked on the fact that all this time, like she went all the time not knowing that this man had other kids. Ain't that something you ask a motherfucker on the first date? Like, goddamn.
Dion, you'll be amazed. You will fucking be
I
amazed how these young girls, they're just looking at social media and they want to be like, well, I want him to display me. So all the back pony tricks so that he can display me so I could be number one. The shit that they'll do and not ask questions because they just want to be in competition with low level hoes is amazing. The last thing they're asking is, did you take a test to check for A? They don't do none of that shit. So it's kind of like she
man,
discernment, and a lot of girls out here do not have discernment. They don't double check. They don't see who's his female. They don't do none of that shit.
Goddamn. Any last words before we move on to our
Yeah,
last
I
topic?
actually wanted to talk about the path. The only thing I wanted to say is what
Go
he's
ahead. Go ahead.
what he's telling the congregation or whoever he's speaking to is very fucking wrong. It's extremely wrong. And I know a lot of you guys said a mix, but he's just all the way fucking wrong. He said a ring gives a reasoning to show a man knows how to budget. No, it fucking don't. I've seen men cheat on their wives with a ring and or manage their money so fucking well that they're giving their side piece a house. I mean, should we say more? Did we not see Wendy Williams, her situation? You know what I mean? What he's
oof.
to what he's saying to women that gives value to a man is very fucking wrong. The only thing that he should be telling these women is to go with the man that is willing to give his last to you. Okay? Because what's going to happen to the man that is going to be stressed the fuck out because he lost his job? And all he has been doing is providing with a woman that stays home and take care of the kids like they both agreed for her to do. What's going to happen is if he doesn't know that he has someone to have his fucking back or take over if he's, severely hurt, but he would give his last, it's creating an environment of a man being in turmoil and depression and eventually suicidal. You want to be with a man that can give his last and you can give yours. And it's a reasonable relationship. Talking about a ring and if you got a job and all this shit, it will fucking come. I understand that men are supposed to have jobs, but if they don't have a 6-figure job, they are looked down upon. If they don't have a $50,000 a year job, they are looked down upon. How about the man that's making $50 an hour and he says to himself, hey, let's go to McDonald's and enjoy ourselves. We don't have any kids yet, so let's buy a Whopper and we can share it. What's fucking wrong with that? Compared to the man that he can buy the whole McDonald's or he can rent out the whole McDonald's and you still feel fucking lonely. We need to stop telling women this standard of society, because back in the day, when, you know, biblical times, they didn't really have rings or anything. They had family support. They had respect. They had the last name. I don't even think they had the last name. I just think they had, you know, what they did in the village to represent what family they came from. They had morale. They didn't have OnlyFans. I'll tell you that. At the end of the fucking day, we need to start
Bruh.
this. He should buy a ring, and if he can buy a ring, he'll buy a ring. If he can't, he can't. At the end of the day, a ring is not stopping a high divorce rate. Neither is a fucking piece of paper. But you know what is, and what can? Being reasonable with each other. Putting all this emphasis on a ring and all this materialistic shit is bullshit. And yes, I'm unorthodox when it comes to what I expect of a man. But all I expect of a man starting out is, will you give me your last? Because when the cops come and they ask where I buried the body, I don't need your ass snitching. Sorry.
So you're just gonna slam the wheel to the left, huh?
Oh, it ain't a podcast without Crystal damn near incriminating
And
herself.
Crystal activating her Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle on us.
I love it though. I love it. God bless you, Crystal.
You didn't even turn on the damn turn signal. Just slam the wheel all the way to the left.
Good luck, everybody else.
My seatbelt wasn't even on. God damn.
I took the L.
Always wear your seatbelt, Dion. I don't know why you you known her longer than anyone. You should be the first person to buckle your seatbelt.
Anyway, I just wanted to say real quick, because like I was kind of in and out watching that whole debacle. Like I heard about, you know, the 7th baby mama and shit like that. I just want to personally say my seed is motherfucking precious. Whoever I put my seed into, whichever woman I put my seed into, is one that I handpicked, carefully selected, precision.
Amen. Amen.
You feeling what I'm saying? That's the type of shit I'm on. That's the type of time that I'm on. I spent way too much motherfucking time investing myself to be the type of person that I am today. So I will not accept bottom tier shit. That's just me. But seeing this in real time, seeing all of this happen and it being all over social media and shit like that, like kids are involved. You feel what I'm saying? Children are involved, and I feel like those children deserve an environment where they can develop and grow to be productive people in society, instead of people, random strangers on the motherfucking internet got something to say because her mama and her daddy got some issues that they want the whole world to know. I don't know. It's just sometimes I look at it and it's clownery. You feel what? It's literally a circus. It's like it's a spectacle, like, you know, it's like World Star type shit. But at the same time, it's sad because it's like the focus should be on those kids having a productive environment for them to grow up in. And this is the environment that we're subjecting them to. So who's to blame so who's to blame if they fall into the very same trance that their mother and father also got themselves into? Because it's in their blood, right? You know what I'm saying? So before you even think about having sex with somebody, is that foundation of yours strong? Because if you do not have a strong foundation, I don't care if you're a man, I don't care if you're a woman, you are going to crumble. And I feel like people that try to hold it together are the ones that are really trying to like they're really trying to. I lost my train of thought, but yeah, that was basically what I was saying. Just got to be able to withstand it. Got to be able to have that strong foundation and be a proper example for your children.
Ain't none of that going on there.
Oh man. Any last words before we move on to a final topic? Okay. All right, let's go. Anyone seen Larry Elder on The Breakfast Club?
Nah, the thumbnail was there. It was available to me. I just chose not to see it.
You kind of dodged the bullet there. Um,
Oh boy.
it was you get, and not the same us, but Charlamagne tried to catch. I think I could play the audio without catching copyright, but he tried to hit Larry Elder with the Negro wake up call thing, and like Larry Elder kind of like flipped it on him. Basically saying like, where was your Negro wake up call when Joe Biden came on there talking about if you ain't vote for us, you ain't black or some shit like where was your Negro wake up call? No.
Oh.
And because Larry Elder's running for president. I don't know if anybody knows, so
I did not know. I'm looking his name up, and that's all I see. Advertisements for his campaign.
yeah, he's what people would call a coon. So, but yeah, I think I could play the audio with it. Let me know if y'all can hear it. Can y'all hear it?
It's not even on.
Mm-mm.
Say it again. Say it again, Father.
That's not even on.
Oh. Shit. Let me. This one. Okay.
Charlamagne, that I'm a black person, just as you are a black person. And when Joe Biden insulted you by saying, you ain't really black, we don't know whether or not you want to vote for me or vote for Donald Trump, it seems to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part.
Can I hear it now, by the way?
Yes.
There's this guy come in here and insult you, a black man, and tell you got to think a certain kind of way. I'm amazed that you weren't mad about that.
I'm not gonna say it upset me, just like I'm not letting you upset me. You know what I mean? I don't tend to get upset over things like that. But what I did say,
well, you just not talk about a nigger wake-up call, and it seemed to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part to have a white guy come in here who also said, by the way, about Mitt Romney, because he didn't want to put more regulations on Wall Street, gonna put y'all back in chains.
So as you heard there, Larry Elders broke out.
Basically that was it. So, also, did anyone catch the Republican debate that came on yesterday? No.
I gotta start checking in. It's around that time.
Yeah, no.
Bruh.
They jumped it. They jumped the Indian dude. I'm just going to tell you that.
What?
He said they jumped the Indian Vivek or whatever.
Left field.
The Republicans jumped them, like especially Mike Pence. Mike Pence wasn't playing around. They jumped the Indian dude. You know what's funny? And I found this real hypocritical. They said we don't need no rookie or someone that don't know what the hell they doing running the country. And I'm like,
but they elected. Never mind.
Y'all let Trump.
I'm not even gonna say shit. I'm not even gonna say a.
Man.
History does all of the talking for me. I don't have to say anything.
That was the most hilarious part, and I think that was Mike Pence that said that. I don't want to get it confused, but what are your thoughts? We're just gonna go with that. Start.
So the definition of irony, right? I'm gonna just leave it at that.
So, okay, so what, Ray, if you could clear this up, I'm going to do my research too, but what makes Larry Elder a coon? Is it anything like that would stand out Candace, or if he's anyone that, the black culture does not like?
Yeah,
Father, you want
it must be bad.
Nah, he said some stuff that's like very disagreeable, especially his takes on like slavery and stuff like that. I don't want to get too deep into it because I've heard of it like a long ass time ago, and I haven't kept up with it because like I completely cut it off when I heard about some of his beliefs when it comes to black people. But yeah,
Yeah,
he's like one of those.
yeah, he's one of those. He's
Oh,
def-
I know what he is. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. He'll
he
go to be on the middle of his forehead. I know exactly who the fuck he is. He's a puppet.
he like cheddar biscuits. Let's just say that he likes cheddar biscuits.
Them butter biscuits.
Them butter biscuits.
Okay, he's a puppet. All right. That's all I wanted to know because, you know, some people, just because you are melanin does not mean you're melanin. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like,
just
you're quick to rip off somebody else's melanin for them to get burnt so that you can keep your melanin so it won't get off. So I get
Damn,
it.
I didn't know I was muted this whole time.
Oh.
Shit. I was trying to jump in.
That I'm search on him.
This whole time, I was talking shit. Yeah, okay. So I first heard of Larry Elder on the Rubin Report when I saw him basically like change him straight up. That's the definition of red pill. I was like, yo, who is this guy? So I started looking into him, followed him. I realized he had a radio show, seeing his interviews. I basically seen his journey. And I remember the biggest story and I'm like, this guy's been around for a long time. He didn't come out of nowhere. Like he's been in the circuit for a while. He's been like an activist and things of that nature. He's been in it. Like since I seen clips from like back in the 80s and early 90s. I'm like, damn, I never seen you before. But okay, it makes sense now. But wow. This guy's story is insane. He's from the hood. He's from LA. He knows what he's talking about. That's why he tried to do that recall election against Newsom, but I don't know what happened there. Well, I know what happened there, but we can't talk about that.
But talking about
huh? What'd you say?
You was breaking up a little bit, Crystal. Say it again.
Did you just say he's from LA and he knows what he's talking about?
No, when it comes to no.
Okay,
when it comes
to remind you of what New York City.
No, because people like you see how he is, right? You see how he is because I can relate to this. You would not think that's where he's from. You would think he's like from the suburbs or something. You're not thinking hood. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. So when he's in these, and to make it worse, he's a Republican. So they ain't gonna help the situation. So I'm just saying I seen his journey, and I saw the interview, and I was like, I have never seen this. First of all, this is new what they're doing. It's the kind of format they have where she's like that chick comes in and just argues and jumps in and interrupts. I'm like, do they do that normally with other guests and shit? I don't know because I don't watch that show Hard Body. Usually when things like this happen, that's when I'm in.
Ever since Angela Yee left, they've been trying to find like replacements, and usually when it comes to like political stuff, she's on there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So and her name is I think you know her, Teslin Fazaro or something like that. Mm-hmm. That's her name.
Right.
But
okay, I'm just saying I just know what he's about. I don't think he's a coon. I
I just wanna say he did say that Trayvon, he did kind of justify Trayvon Martin's killing by kind of like letting Zimmerman slide, because he said it was an unfortunate situation, and he also made a claim to the fact that Trayvon was wearing that hoodie and shit like that, looking thuggish. So he has made those comments before. When you've made those comments like that,
well, wait.
Yeah, he's
hold
done
on,
that.
But what does that do? What kind of reaction would you have? I know the reaction I had back in those days when I was walking in my hood. So I'm like, ooh. But my thoughts on that situation it's too far down Well, it's not even, but
that was
it's a
that.
whole different thing.
I'm just saying, like when he made those comments, that's when I was like, all right, bro, that I'm
like, that's
that's
his
going.
opinion on the situation. There's plenty of things that go down that I listen to him talk about. I'm like, okay, that's just one thing. Like, I don't even agree because I'm somewhere else with that. But at the same time, using that type of perspective, I'm like, okay, I get that part. But there's more to it, but nobody talks about it.
I will say that if he is a man running for presidency, and
first of all, that ain't even gonna happen.
And utilize,
ain't nobody voting for Larry Elder.
Yeah, and utilizes a reason why a boy should get harassed or criticized or anything of that nature, and he lost his life. Like, he needs to, it's kind of like this. The bigger issue is the boy's dead, right? But you're talking about what he wore. But it's been it's been also cases where people have been dressed in a suit and they still lost their life over judgment. So I think if he's going to run for presidency, he has to stay on the fact that someone's child was taken from them. Correct?
I could tell you why he's like that. It's because he was humbled hard body by his father.
And his father is,
I think he's dead now.
No, I mean, like, what was
No, he's not anybody of, like,
do you have an idea of what
we should know? He's not a celebrity or anything, but that's why he's like that. Like, if once you know that story, you will understand why he's like that, why he has that type of stance.
Army, like, what was his father, militant?
I believe was he in the military? I think was he? I don't know. Shit.
All right. Well,
that's not the point of it, but still, but that's still an important factor. But no, that wasn't even the case. There was a situation between him and his father. Like, years later, I think he was like probably early adult, probably, I think. And like there was something that went down between. I don't want to spoil this, but there was something that went down between them, and then his father said something to him that fucking humbled the shit out of him. So I'm like, okay, knowing that story and knowing his opinion on that, I'm like, okay, I see where that's coming from. That's basically what I'm saying.
Okay, well,
it has nothing to do with like if he's famous or anything like that. No, he wasn't anybody like that.
I would say this:
just his father.
In these times, we need a president that is full of empathy and sympathy and can see 360 views of a coin. We do not need anyone that conjures up the fact that they've been raised up rough or they're from the hood, because we've seen how the rappers are just dying by the droves because they're from the hood or they go to visit the hood. So the hood factor does not mean that we are brothers and sisters in arms, because if that was the case, we wouldn't have the Detroit situation that we have right now. We need a president that has empathy and does not look at the fact that, yeah, the child's dressed like a thug or the girl has a bonnet. And it's sad that we have to act a certain way. And even when we act correct, we still get penalized or harassed or whatever. Now, I will say that there's some ghetto knuckleheads that's around that really need rehabilitation. But as far as presidency go, and you happen to have melanin on your skin, you need to focus on what can change the hood. And, if a child is taken away from the earth just because they were wearing a fucking hoodie.
My point of bringing up the hood was not what you think. It was just to say, like, the perspective of he knows it's not like he's from somewhere else and like now he's from the burbs. He's never grown up there. I'm just saying that he knows what I'm not saying like he's gonna use that as his talking points and shit like that. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that he's not some guy that I guess square black guy who does not know what he's talking about when he addresses this type of topic, is what I'm saying. Wow.
I do want to.
It's just insane. Okay, I just have to say, like, no, I'm just saying this is very interesting, and it happens. It's something that I've noticed for a long time. I know something. There are opinions before knowing something. I get that. I'm there. It happens to everyone. but someone else knows something and says it, I cannot react the way I would thinking I know what I know when there's new information without, okay, hold up, before I even, hang on, let me verify, because I ain't gonna make a fool of myself and, say the wrong shit and like insult you and blah, blah, blah. Check it out. Have some understanding. Then, because at that point, even if after all that's done, your opinion still differs from mine, I have a better, I'm like, okay, well, respect, agree to disagree.
Why?
The reaction I'm talking about, I'm like, yo, I'm just saying, like, because I get it. Because I remember I was there. I used to watch the Daily Show back in the day, and the same guy, Ray, that you played, Alan West.
Yeah.
The Daily Show played a clip of him with Jon Stewart. I still respect Jon Stewart. I don't care if anybody says those are the best years of the Daily Show. But he played a clip of him, and I remember thinking the same way you guys are thinking right now about this, and saying that like I was there, and I'm like, the difference from how that is, and when you just look up and try to understand and be like, why is this person like this, and especially if he's of, my skin color, what is this? So then I know that I'm like, okay, so if he says this, I'm like, I get what you're saying, because I can't, I'm not gonna like insult you and shit. Like I can't do that based on an opinion if it's just based on something like you don't, but if something you're trying to enforce and like and people get harmed and shit, I'll say something about it. But if it's opinion about a situation and things compared to like policies and stuff, because at the same time, especially if you're a president, you're not just gonna go based on what you think. You're gonna have like a room of advisors and shit like that, people that you didn't like, from that, some of them carried over from the last administration, some of them are new, you don't know them yet like that, but they have experience in these things, and you got to take their advice, have this different perspective. So all your opinions sometimes ain't gonna come through once you step foot in there.
Okay. Well, I'm just letting you know that I'm the beheader. I behead people that even it's a hint of coonery.
Should be beheading Charlemagne. That's what you fucking.
Well, yeah, I've spoke on him too, but I have to do more research on Larry Elder. But as of right now, yeah, I'm coming through, and I'm good for coming back on the podcast. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But right now, I'm feeling him.
Yeah, so Crystal, what I just said, like you could look up that information, especially because that's when it was like really in that. So when it happened, and then he had made those comments back then, that's when everybody was like talking about it on like social media. I don't know if people remember it or not, but like I do remember he was even trending at the time. But like I don't know, just this entire election cycle that's coming up, bro, I'm not looking forward to any of it. It's like I don't even want to look at it right now. I don't even want to look at it. I'm so fucking apathetic to the entire thing. It's crazy. And the fact of the matter is, like, shit is moving at a really fast pace when it comes to what's going on right now. So all I'm finna do is just see what happens, because at this particular point in time, it's really gonna take a lot of not even education. It's gonna take a lot of awareness. People gotta be aware of their surroundings. People gotta be aware of what's going on. Because like, bro, we're in the age of AI. Like, if you want to look up some shit, you can do that right now. But it's that awareness factor. Like, what type of shit are you putting into your brain, and are those sources committed to giving you the up-to-date shit, or feeding you a perspective? Like, you got to really filter your brain when it comes to that shit, because these motherfuckers out here, they will politic. It's that time,
Politics.
They're gonna politrick that ass, man. I'm tired of getting politricked. I'm gonna see a whole bunch of fucking ads that people promising shit that they not gonna do. Joe Biden back in 2020 was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna fix this student loan debt." Know what I'm saying? Now look, but
all right,
yeah, like. I don't
ain't fixed a goddamn thing.
But at the same time, though, look at how many motherfucking podcast episodes we've done where we talked about political shit. Has it gotten any better from those episodes that you remember?
Not a goddamn.
Not a goddamn, bro. What the
That's
fuck?
it. The highlight is Ice Cube and his contract with Black America, and then even that guy. Also, Material Life that into the chat. How you doing, B? She's Material Life. You're muted still. I don't know if you heard. Nope. Okay. As you were saying, Father.
Oh no, I'm done. That's what I need.
Oh, okay. All right. I wanted to show at least two things I thought that was very interesting from the debate, and one I already said, but two, this one, I think this is Tucker Carlson, but he asked a question, and this was his question.
If former President Trump is convicted in a court of law, would you still support him as your party's choice? Please raise your hand if you would.
Now watch this. A couple raise their hands, right?
Yo.
But what?
All of them on the right.
This is Mike. For those of you who don't know, this is Mike Pence. That was the vice president under Donald Trump. Watch this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, look, Joe Biden has
Oh my
weakened this
God.
country at home and abroad. Now is not the time for on-the-job training. We don't need to bring in a rookie. We don't need to bring in people without experience. We need to bring.
Do you?
That was the second part. He said we don't need to bring in rookies. We need to bring in people with proven experience.
Wow.
Yeah, you
Have you looked at the history of our presidency? What the fuck is he?
Ronald Reagan was an actor, and this dude, he was
right.
Yeah, my man right here.
Oh my
he was
God.
getting it the whole night. I'm not gonna lie, they jumped him. They
He's scared of it. I didn't even watch this, yo. And the reason I didn't watch this because I was watching Tucker interview Trump. That shit broke the internet. It's on its own. This lost views because people. You see how it says two? It says 2.K a like.
Yeah.
So how many views this got? All right,
2.3.
How much? 2.1 million views. Is that what I'm seeing, or is that subscribers?
No. That's 400K views. 400K views.
Oh, see, even worse. Okay.
400K views.
Mind
in
you,
23 hours and 2.3 likes.
And mind you, in 4 minutes, the Tucker Trump interview on Twitter got 10 million views in 4 minutes. So, yeah, 10 million, yeah, in 4 minutes. And I was watching that because I'm like, that's more interesting. These guys just doing this. This is a game. That's what I'm saying. This is a game show, yo. And I know why this is going down. This shit's so fucking funny.
Also, yeah, Ron DeSantis looked like a fish out of water. Like he ain't never
Yep.
did it in his fucking life.
Yep.
And,
Stay in your lane, yo. Stay as a fucking governor. Where you going?
Stay. He did not. I don't know if the black guy said anything, but he done seen the other person of color getting his ass jumped. He was like, "You want some of this too, old man?" No.
But you know, honestly, them jumping him could turn around and bite him in the ass because that could just give him more momentum. Because they could just be like,
happening to him.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you kind of played right into his hands. Not only that, but if he's really good, he will use that momentum and fucking spring out of your ass. Y'all keep playing. If
He's
Donald
Asian,
Trump
don't
coming
play, yo. He's Asian.
yeah, bro, don't fucking play. That nigga, like they laughing now and jumping him now, bro. Watch him become the motherfucking nominee. Y'all, bro. Because should be happening like that. Didn't they kind of do the same thing to Trump when he was running and back in 2016, they were like, "Oh man, Trump ain't gonna do nothing on this, that." Nigga became president.
Yeah, it did. That really happened.
It's the same thing repeating itself, Ray. That's what I don't understand about this damn. You know what? It's just over and over and over.
So you know what's sad? I was just like, cause I'm want to look at these candidates. It's like, which one of you think that has a real good chance of beating Biden? And I don't see it in that panel. And I don't even think Biden is going to do 8. But I'm like, don't none of y'all look like y'all can like win the election? But I don't know. Did y'all see the same thing? Because
bruh, from that little clip I watched, from all that little clip I watched, all I know is that there's gonna be there's gonna be a time where people are really gonna look at not just the shit that you say you're gonna do, but the shit you've done before. That's why Ron DeSantis was up there looking all fucking sweaty. Knees is weak.
Gee, Mr. Krabs, you sure are sweaty.
It's gonna be glorious. That's all I know.
Oh man, like this, and then for some reason I don't know how Chris Christie is just still there, but
surprised he's still alive.
I thought he was dead. I'm not even gonna hold
Wait,
it.
I thought he was dead.
I really did.
Saying that about people.
I'm just honest. I thought he was dead. I was like, I said, hold on. Because DeSantis looked out of place too. Hold on, I want to play another little. That's the little highlights because DeSantis looked really fucking out of place. Hold on, maybe. Bring it back up.
Is in decline. This decline is not inevitable. It's a choice. We need to send Joe Biden back to his basement and reverse American decline.
You all signed a pledge.
I think the black guy. This is all I think he said much. Tim Scott, that's his name. He looked like the dude that cheated on Elise Neal and I Could Do Bad All By Myself. Looked like a Tyler Perry villain. All right.
Damn.
Dark skin, bald, hates you, and then hates Jesus. That's what he looked like. That's. But I think here's him.
Security standpoint is our southern border. It has led to the death of 70,000 Americans because of fentanyl.
When after 9/11, we had the global war on terror, and guess what? We protected the border at the same time. You can do both.
But the American people deserve to know that the president asked me in his request that I reject or return votes unilaterally, power that no vice president in American history had ever exercised or taken. He asked me to put him over the Constitution. And I chose the Constitution, and I always will.
My man snitched on Trump.
My man was singing like a bird.
Singing like a bird.
I chose the Constitution. Just like that fly.
The one you just changed afterwards. They forgot what they just did, yo. Oh my God, he's lying, yo. They changed that after that event. They voted and changed that law, so you can't do it anymore. Yo, you just that's what I say. I ain't watching because I'm like, this is just a game. That's just a game. I'm not watching that part.
Real life Gotham.
I want to watch that Tucker Trump interview, yo. I want to hear what you're saying. This court thing is the key. I'm watching this shit.
Trump
chose the Constitution.
I think Trump is going to be Trump and Biden again. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be Trump and Biden again.
Round two.
Leave me alone,
Getting hot.
Ray. Leave me alone.
Getting hot, Ray.
Don't do that to me, man.
I don't want to do that to anybody, but it's not looking. This is like the only person that was supposed, and I'm using quotation marks, supposed to give that man some gold was Ron DeSantis. And nobody black is going to vote for Ron DeSantis, especially if you are from Florida and know what the fuck he's been doing and anything involving CRT. I don't see him
Bro,
getting that
even the
black vote.
black Republicans are mad at him. That's how I knew he
Yes.
fucked up.
Yes. So if all we have is some entrepreneur that just want to with the Indian dude, I think his name is Vivek or something like that. I don't know. It's between him, DeSantis, and Trump. It's gonna be Trump. I was like, I don't want to put that
DeSantis ain't
apocalyptic
going
future.
nowhere. He's done.
Nah, Pence ain't going nowhere.
DeSantis, Pence, none of them going nowhere. They're done. Pence just fucking lied right there. And I'm like, okay. And you, whoever cheered, I'm like, okay, y'all, who are you?
Nah, he chose the Constitution.
Oh man, I can't believe Mike Pence said we need someone in there experience, not some on the job training. It's like I didn't do that.
Bro, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I cannot name a single thing Mike Pence has done since he was vice president. I can't. Like I genuinely want
So
to know what they're like.
before, neither.
Well, he didn't stop the
There she go.
He didn't stop January 6th. I tell you that. That's what he did.
No.
He had one job to do, and that was to say they lied. All these votes are lies. He didn't do that. But what he did do was he said that Trump told him to try and rig it.
That is not what. Yo,
I love it. I love it.
Yo, this shit is funny. This
I
shit's
love
funny. Is
it.
that what they're saying happened out there? Fuck, yo.
Isn't that what he said? There's a reason why.
That's not what happened. He said you can. He said you can delay this. It's in the Constitution. That's what he said. Can you do it? And you cannot demand. It's against the law to demand your vice president what to do when it comes to the vote. You can only ask him. They don't tell you that. You're not. You cannot order him what to do when it comes to the vote. He asked him and he said no. But then you go around. So how could you say he told you to do that when even if you can, what the fuck? Why'd you lie? Just say
Exactly,
you disagreed with him. Why would you make something? That's insane. So I'm like, yo, this is funny. That's what he's saying happened, yo. These things are fucking documented. So why would you say that? Knowing it's documented, especially now when Trump is in court. Get where I'm going here, where now he gets subpoena power and can get immunity if they have him testify. You see where I'm going here? So this is weird. This is funny. This is a game, and I just want to see where this goes because it's not like that's what they're saying is happening. What? That's not true.
I guess Mike Pence thinks he thinks he's a favorite because he was Trump's VP. So he's like, if you love Trump, you have to have loved him.
But that they was giving Mike Pence.
And he's hoping Trump get locked up.
Man, do you notice some of the nicknames they was giving Mike Pence?
Mike the Fence Pence. Mike the electric
Pence. There you go. Mike the Fence Pence. Oh man,
oh my god,
they was giving him.
Why they call him that?
Because he believed in gay conversion therapy. So he called them electric fence. Electrocute the gay away. That was like his thing.
Yep. Okay. Yep. I found it. List of nicknames for my. Oh my god, there's so much.
Read like a
Did
handful
any of
of
y'all
them.
watch
Read.
the debate?
Nope.
Did any of y'all really watch the debate or no?
Nope.
I watched. I watched.
Hell no.
I was trying to look for the full version. I don't think the full version is out yet. So, but
I
yo,
gotta watch the rerun.
yeah,
Bro, it's been a
Dion,
while
there's,
since I've listened to
Dion,
like the public.
there's so many nicknames for him that you had to zoom in. Just
Oh, never mind.
this is the whole list right here,
God damn.
and this is here we go. Here we go. Mike gave medicine from Thomas Edison.
Mass execution is my final solution.
Mass execution is my final.
Execution. Gay and proud, get a thundercloud. What?
ACDC for LGBT.
Yo, some of these are so disrespectful.
After the election, say goodbye to gay shit.
Consider lobotomy before engaging in sodomy. Wow.
Pray to gay away or stay for the death rate.
If you buy, you will fry.
Want some cock, get a shot. What the fuck? Hey,
Dick
yo.
give you an erection. This circus making a connection.
Electoral.
If you're queer, pack your. Bro, there's a bunch.
Want some cock, get a shot.
If he gives a man head, I'll shock him dead.
Oh my god.
like a track at the sack.
Y'all
Hold
gonna
on,
be
hold
we
on.
gonna be here all fucking day.
EMP in your HRT.
Get the fuck. Third rail for the failed mail.
Nigga, these are all fucking
Wow.
AI generated. I refuse.
Oh my god! I got yo. We gotta show these to Scatman. Whenever we get the chance.
Oh my gosh.
Hey yo.
Oh man. 1 watt for every impure thought.
There we go. Electric fence pence. That's my favorite one.
Electric fist pits. Oh man.
Turning fruits into vegetables. Oh my god.
As the flower, the chair gets powered.
Get the fuck.
Set phasers to straight.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah. Ass full of juice, face full of zills. Oh my god. Yo. LGBT BBQ.
Yo, these people have time.
Yes. I can't say that one.
Glitter is a great conductor.
It's just flay the gay. Flay the gay.
If you like men, the house going to 10.
Day of the rope gives me. Oh man. Alternating curves for alternate lifestyle.
Grease lightning.
Grease light.
He's like rectal. Come on.
Make like a bee and buzz the bears.
What?
Oh my god. Like man meat, have a seat.
Can I say this? Can I say this one?
If you have to ask, it probably isn't wise.
As you see, I don't skip each one of them that had the freaky alien genotype. If you understand that,
Christ.
I skipped those for a reason. Wait, give every man a medal who killed a homosexual Oh my god. Yeah.
So we just encouraging violence now.
That's Mike Pence. That was the nickname. These were the nicknames that they was giving him, and like this was a thing. So, like I said, I don't see Mike Pence getting it anytime. So, any last words before we move on to our final thoughts?
I'm glad you guys had a good time.
Some of those are hilarious. I'm sorry.
Well, I know who I'm voting for. Booker T. That's who I'm voting for this year. We're gonna get to our final thoughts and Materialize, since you was the last one here. I'm gonna start with you.
Um, that's cold. Well, since I didn't get the topics, I really don't know what was going on today. So I ain't got no final thoughts.
Okay. All right. Dion is on you.
Man, the world we live in is a mess. Watch your step.
All right. D Wolf is on you.
So I peeped that Indian moon landing, and I just I just gotta say, I'm done, yo. That's it. That's my final thought. It made
All
my
right.
day.
All right. Crystal is on you.
All right. I don't know if someone mentioned this already on the podcast, but I'm happy that there is a Good Dad Act finally protect to give dads the rights to their children. And ironically, it started out in Tampa, Florida. It was prompted because a father could not get to his child. The mom just took the child and went to another state because she did not feel being bothered um, with his demands of what he wanted for his child. So she just decided to take the child and go, even though his name was on the birth certificate. So the Good Dad Act can give fathers who are unwedded uh, the same rights as a mother, and it's in fairness. Just because a mother does not want to cooperate with the father does not give her the right to take the child and move to another state or even some damn near another country. You know what I mean? There should be rights associated with men that are not married to the woman and they don't know where the child is, especially if they've created a bond with that child. So that's all. I'm happy that that act exists and it took them long enough.
Did Florida just something pertaining to alimony for divorced couples and shit?
All right. I take it that's your final thought, Crystal.
Yep, final thought.
All right, Father, it is on you.
You know what, Ray? I got nothing. Carry on.
All right. um, Tell you the truth, I don't think I have anything either. I was trying to
Say word.
yeah, it's been one of those days. It's like um so with that being said, I hope everybody have a great rest of the week. So I guess I could just end it. Oh yeah. And stay hydrated during this heat wave because it's been really fucking hot. So
Yeah, it
Oh yeah.
has. It fucking has.
like I don't know if it was like a couple days ago when I was at work and it was like 92, but it was just humid as hell. And it was just like oof.
Hard to breathe.
Yeah.
I was dripping in sweat. Actually, it was kind of bad.
Oh yeah. This also, like I said, we need to start choosing better. I just realized that Gunplay got arrested because he pulled a gun out on his wife and kid while he was playing Call of Duty, and she asked him to be quiet and shit. So, and that man has kind of always had problems, but it's okay to let go of people that you know you, I know you want to stick with, but then sometimes you just gotta let things go. And she left, so I'm glad she did. But I, you know, I hope that brother, fixes himself. But at the same time, I hope she, you know, stays
Can,
away for something
can
like
I
that.
just say? Can I just say that was a sigh of relief because I thought you was about to tell us he shot that woman.
No, he didn't.
Oof, man,
Thank God. But the fact that then again, his name is Gunplay. That's his name.
that's supposed to be your damn wife, and man.
Hey man, some people just that some of that
I
trauma is hard.
know.
Some of that trauma is hard to deal with, man. So it just be like that. How, Hey, I also had a question, but I think it slipped my mind. So I'm gonna just go ahead in the podcast. I would like to thank all y'all for jumping on the podcast once again. I would like to thank all y'all for listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is You Know What? Let me just say podcast and sign it out. Peace.
Peace.
Deuces. Deuces.
Cheers.